Why, hello everyone. Let's talk payroll in Google Sheets and payroll in Excel. Let's talk Colorado. Colorado, another state where we apparently have updates for the new year. It's amazing how almost almost every state, if not every state, has had some form of update so far as I'm preparing state by state 2023, all the payroll formulas that we need for all the states to withhold properly. We've already gone through Alaska where there is no state tax. Alabama had some adjustments. Arkansas had some adjustments for sure. Arizona even had rate adjustments, and they never have rate adjustments, but they did this year. California have a preliminary that's up there. They did cost of living adjustments, and now Colorado. What has Colorado done? They have a scheduled increase in their unemployment wage base to 20,400. So you're going to pay more unemployment wage base when you pay unemployment for the first 20,400 of wages. Also, we have a couple things. One is definitely an authorized form from Colorado. Another is apparently a pre-release that I cannot find on the Colorado website, but has been cited, and it has this on here, meaning this if somebody's faking this, they're committing a state crime 100%. I don't think it's fake. I think this is real. So this is probably at least a draft version potentially of what the 2023 rates are, and that probably will be accurate. So we're going to use it for now, and then we're going to check back at the end of the year, because getting all of the different tax legislation that has been written into algebra so that it can be distributed as instructions for payroll providers is somewhat of an art form. Legislation is complicated to read, and turning that into a formula sometimes is not as straightforward. But they have provided this, and I've gone through it, and I have adjusted the payroll in Google Sheets file to reflect this. So what Colorado will ask you, and this is absolutely definitely the withholding certificate for Colorado because it is on Colorado's website. So here you'll see that you're going to fill out what your filing status is and how many jobs you have. And it can be that simple, or it can get a little more complicated if you have multiple jobs, or jobs are skewed with wages, or there's some weird thing. But most people are just going to pick a status like single or married filing separately or married filing jointly. And there's going to be a standard allowance that's related to what your status is. That's going to be money that will not be taxed by Colorado. If you fill this out. So you fill this out, and where that goes in the payroll file is how many jobs do you have? 1, 2. Elon Musk has probably 4 jobs. Let's give him 4 jobs. And what's his status? I don't think he's married. So you have to find the Colorado status that applies here. Could be Colorado married, could be Colorado head of household. He's got a lot of kids. Maybe he's a head of a household. So you choose whatever that is there. Once you do that, you're good. And this would pull out $120. So the change in rate adjustment can be discussed right here. It looks to be that it went from 4.55% to now dropped to 4.4%, I believe. Dropped by about 0.1%, I believe. But this is the new number, is 4.4% of this resulting taxable income. So the way that we did this here in the file was in these 3 columns, and we were able to just figure out what a standard deduction amount would be for the person. This is related to how many, their status. What if it's single? What if it's Colorado single? You'll see that here, this went from 3,000 apparently to still 3,000. But what if we change the number of dependents? Let's say there's not 4 kids. Let's say there's just, or so not 4 jobs, there's just 1 job. If you do 1 job, you'll see that the standard deduction goes up a lot because you don't have multiple jobs where you're getting taxed. So they're trying to account for that by having you answer how many jobs do you have. And it just does the formula, subtracts the withholding allowance, and you get the answer. And there you go. 122 would be withheld from this paycheck. Because, I mean, this is, think about it, times 0.044. Yeah, I mean, 4%, 4.4% is basically what you're paying once you get down to the taxable amount. So that is Colorado. It's about knowing the number of jobs. It's about putting in your filing status. And it's about, that's about it, basically. Figuring out what your unemployment rate is sent from them. So pretty easy. There's no local or city code that I know of for Colorado. Colorado's pretty good about that. And that is the update, which should be effective as January 1, 2023. So payroll in Excel and payroll in Google Sheets, we're getting them done. We're making it easy. We are now through Colorado, which essentially we will call this revised as of January 23. And we will definitely remember to revisit this at the beginning of the year to make sure all of these we will revisit right at the end of the year at the 31st, just to make sure everything is accurate. But that's what it is supposed to be. And so we get to move on to Connecticut, and we're going to figure out if we're going to fix Connecticut. That will be the next thing. We might actually skip over it because Connecticut is a mess and just go to the District of Columbia and to Delaware, which actually needs a little bit of work. I think we'll skip Connecticut for now. So the next video we will do will be our nation's capital here, District of Columbia. And we're going to keep going down the list because we're only here still on the 6th. This is, I believe, I did all the payroll videos, I believe, today, or at least started yesterday on the 5th. So there's one for 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th, all in about a 24-hour period. If we're doing 5 states a day, we are absolutely going to get to 50 states before a couple weeks, certainly before the end of the year. So we'll keep chugging away, and I'm sure we'll run into some roadblocks along the way, but in general, we are making a lot of progress and states are updating. So we just got to get that federal publication 15 out. It is not final yet, unless I checked. Publication 15, 2023. Let's check. November 2nd, draft status. Still what's showing up. So something will come out in the next couple weeks. That's really all I can promise. I've seen it go all the way up to almost New Year's. Like, it's because it's applying to all of next year. Like I said, it's an art form to turn all that stuff into formulas. And even though there's a draft out there, it's definitely going to change. So we're just going to keep going down state by state. We're skipping Connecticut. We're going to DC. Good luck. Payroll, we're making it, payroll's supposed to be easy, and we're making it so yeah.